Now, Republicans were successful in pushing Brett Kavanaugh onto the Supreme Court, but at what cost? Now, earlier reports basically said that the Republican Party is galvanized thanks to their win when it comes to Kavanaugh. But that actually might not be the case. Turns out, this might actually backfire on them. Now, a piece of evidence that I point to is a recent Politico Morning Consult poll. Now, in the poll, they find out that Kavanaugh's confirmation is deeply unpopular. Now, this poll was conducted entirely after the Senate vote for his confirmation. 46% of voters said the Senate made the wrong decision in approving the judge, while 40% said it was right to elevate him to the highest court. So you're not going to be surprised that this is done among partisan lines, of course. Now, following the GOP-led effort to push through his nomination, enthusiasm among Democratic voters, and this is where it really pushes back on the narrative that, oh no, this is a great win for Republicans and that's going to turn people out to the polls. Well, it turns out that more than 3 in 4 Democrats, 77%, said they're very motivated to turn out and vote in the midterms. That's actually more than the 68% of Republicans who say they're very motivated. So, those are still high numbers, but 77%, wow, that's actually fantastic. That is a lot better. Now, prior to Kavanaugh's confirmation, some polls have showed an uptick in GOP interest in this year's elections, and it's possible, according to Politico, that the fight over his nomination may have more positive effects for Republicans in key red states in the battle for control of the Senate. Places like Indiana, Missouri, Montana, and North Dakota. Now, Kavanaugh is actually less popular in all the other states, but in Trump states, he's actually fairly popular. Now, that's got, of course, red state Democrats freaking the fuck out. So, for example, you have Heidi Heitkamp in North Dakota. She is facing a very long shot re-election bid. She is down by, I think, double digits at this point, though I'm not entirely sure on the polling. She is in a world of hurt. She voted against Kavanaugh, so she actually did the right thing, even though it didn't go to the right result, to the best result of Kavanaugh not getting on the Supreme Court. But look, here's the thing about Heitkamp. She tries to court Republicans. Now, there are progressives in the state of North Dakota. And you also have massive voter suppression going on in North Dakota as well. And I wanted to mention that, too, especially of Native Americans. So, nonetheless, Native Americans, look, they were not going to be in favor of people like Heitkamp who did not speak up in favor of Standing Rock. And, in fact, stood against the people of Standing Rock. So, nonetheless, she's facing massive problems. And, look, this could have been avoided had a progressive won the primary. I happen to know of a really good progressive that ran against Heitkamp and unfortunately did not win. So it's very likely that this seat is gone. Even with increased voter turnout. Nonetheless, we'll have to see. Now, this Morning Consult poll suggested that the Republicans' decision to confirm Kavanaugh lacks broad support and has animated Democrats with only 4 weeks to go until President Trump's first midterm. And it's actually less than that, since this was about a week old, this story. Now, more than 3/4 of Democrats, as I mentioned, 78%, say the Senate made the wrong decision, while just 11% say it was the right decision. Support for Kavanaugh among Republicans lags slightly at 73%, compared to those who say that it was a wrong decision. Now, that's unsurprising among partisan lines. More Republicans support, more Democrats oppose. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Independent voters. Independent voters actually far less supportive of the decision to confirm Kavanaugh. 47% of independents said that was a mistake. So, oh man, absolute mistake. Terrible. What have you done? What did you do? Independents are incredibly important because they're actually make up more of a larger swath of voters than both Republicans and Democrats. So the independents aren't on board with Kavanaugh, and they're planning to vote in the midterms. Oh, this could be disastrous for the Republicans. Now, 34% said that they did make the right decision among independents. Now, asked whether it would make them more or less likely to vote for a Senate candidate who supported confirming Kavanaugh, 36% of voters said it would make them less likely, more than the 31% who would be more likely to vote for a Kavanaugh supporting Senate candidate. And of course, another third said it would make no difference in their vote, or they had no opinion. Now, 44% of voters said the confirmation process gave them a less favorable view of Kavanaugh, including 36% who said it made them view him much less favorably, while 30% said it made them more favorable towards the judge, and that's, of course, the Republicans, right? So these are conservatives that are like, oh, no, he actually fought, and this is nothing more than a liberal Soros plot to try to discredit him, which is ridiculous. But anyway, overall, the poll also shows a slight downtick in Trump's approval rating, which fell from 43% to 41% this week. 56% approve of Trump's job performance, which is disastrous. That is up from 53%. And so, look, this could, all of this says, here we have increased energy among Democrats, especially spurred on by how terrible the Kavanaugh confirmation hearing actually was. And you've got more support for Democratic candidates and more support for Senate candidates who voted against Kavanaugh among independents and Democrats. Not good for Republicans. But I think, to be fair, I think they already figured this one out. Something that I've mentioned before that Republicans love to do is they play the long game. So, was putting Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court a calculated risk that they were willing to take? Well, obviously, right? Is it part of a plan to remake the judiciary for generations? Yes. So were they willing to play the long game and take a short-term loss? Absolutely. And so this is what progressives don't do. I think we react more than we act, right? So Republicans have this long-term plan, right, to take over government at all levels. And guess what? It is successful. This is almost like fucking Palpatine, right, in Star Wars. This whole long plan to take over the Republic. And that's exactly what they did here. They have most of the state houses, right, and local governments. They have the Senate, they have the House, they have the presidency, and they have the Supreme Court. And with the help of corporate Democrats, have a lot of the local judges as well. So, and all throughout the whole time, Democrats were thinking reactively and were basically extending a hand to Republicans. Oh, no, we need comity. We need to get along. We need to get along, right? We need to work together for the betterment of the nation, and we just have different ideas. No. That's not it. Republicans are out to basically, they play to win. Here, Democrats, we're playing checkers, and Republicans are playing Russian roulette. Maybe literally. They're playing for keeps. They're playing to win. And so they take a short-term loss, but in reality, they've won a lot of victories. So you can't really fight them on their terms, because that's what we've been doing all along. And so, and I know this is not quite as much related, but let's take Elizabeth Warren, for example. Elizabeth Warren goes and gets her DNA tested and says, oh, look at me. I see, it's true. It's true. Here, I have facts showing that, yes, I am part Cherokee. And the reason that she did that is to go and fight against the notion that she is faking or that she's Pocahontas, right? Well, that was stupid. That was a dumb move. You think Republicans are going to get swayed by facts? You think what? You think they're actually going to get swayed by logic and facts and data? No, of course not. No, they never do because they don't believe in facts. In fact, alternative facts. Thanks to Kellyanne Conway. You don't play their game on their game. You don't do that. So, look, that's the problem that Democrats play, right? So this, while it's an immediate, oh, look, we're going to win the Senate back, guys. Look at what we've lost in relation to what we've gained. We haven't gained anything. Yeah, maybe we'll take back the Senate and then do what? Maybe we'll take back the House. And the only thing that we could do is stop the worst things from coming forward. Progressives need a long-term strategy. We need to do what Republicans did. Take over state house by state house. Build progressive centers of power. Start from the bottom up. And take on the Republicans. And actually think about the long game. Because what we're doing now, reacting instead of acting, and it has gotten us nothing but failure. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.